Talia Freeman sat quietly in the shadow of the playground fence, her feet dangling from the rusted metal bench as she chewed slowly on half of her peanut butter sandwich. Her eyes scanned the park, landing on a man who didn't quite fit the mold of the usual wanderers who drifted through the neighborhood. His clothes were torn, his beard untrimmed, but his posture was straight, and his eyes, an impossible shade of deep blue, carried a weight she couldn't explain. Something about him made her pause. She wrapped the other half of her sandwich in a napkin and walked toward him. "You look hungry," she said simply, holding out her lunch. The man blinked, stunned, as if it had been a long time since anyone had spoken to him like a person, let alone offered him anything. "This is your lunch, isn't it?" he asked, his voice low and rich, touched with something cultured. "It's just half," she lied easily, though her stomach was already hollow. "I'm not really that hungry." The man took the sandwich gently, his fingers dirted but his nails still oddly well kept, and looked at her like she had just handed him a treasure. "Why would you do this?" Talia shrugged. "My Nana says it's more important to share when you don't have much." He smiled, nodding with solemn respect. "What's your name?" "Talia Freeman," she answered, pointing across the square to the rundown apartment complex with peeling paint and flickering lights. He chewed slowly, savoring each bite. "Best sandwich I've ever had. It's just peanut butter. It's all we had this week," she said, half laughing, half embarrassed. But then a distant siren broke the moment. The man straightened. "I have to go. Thank you, Talia Freeman." And with that, he slipped away. 3 days later, Talia returned home from school to find a silver Rolls-Royce parked in front of her building. The sight of it, glimmering like a spaceship in the cracked concrete of their neighborhood, drew a crowd. A tall man in a pristine gray suit was asking for her by name. When he saw her, he approached. "Are you Talia Freeman?" he asked with formal precision. She nodded, unsure. "I'm Nolan Price, legal representative for Mr. Victor Lachlan, CEO of Lachlan International." The name meant nothing to her. "My client would like to speak with you and your guardian." Talia swallowed the lump in her throat. "I live with my grandmother, but she's in the hospital. Miss Jeannie in 3C checks in on me." Nolan nodded respectfully. "Then I'll need to speak with her." As they walked up the creaky stairs, Talia kept wondering if this was some kind of scam. Why would a CEO want to talk to a girl like her? "He said you gave him something very valuable recently," Nolan offered cryptically. "But I don't know any Victor," she replied. Once inside 3C, Nolan made a call and handed Talia the phone. A voice she instantly recognized came through the line. "You gave me half a peanut butter sandwich, remember?" said the voice of the man from the park. The one with the blue eyes. Now he wasn't just a drifter. He was a billionaire. The following afternoon, Victor Lachlan invited Talia and Miss Jeannie to his estate. The gate opened to reveal a winding drive lined with hedges and fountains. Talia whispered, "How am I supposed to know what's expensive if everything looks expensive?" The interior was like something from a dream, grand yet tasteful. Victor met them in jeans and a simple shirt, looking nothing like the man on magazine covers. Over lunch, he explained his annual habit of living incognito for a few weeks, returning to the world he came from to keep himself grounded. "In all that time," he said, "you were the only one who offered me something with no expectations." Then he laid out his offer. A full scholarship at a private school, covering her grandmother's hospital bills, and a safe home for them both. Talia eyed him warily. "Why would you do that?" "Because I believe in investing in character. You have that in abundance." As days turned into weeks, Talia's life transformed. Her grandmother, now receiving proper care, was steadily recovering. But school proved more difficult. Her uniform set her apart, and her dark skin and clipped speech earned sneers from the privileged students. "What scholarship brought you here?" one girl sneered. "My mother's program." Talia shot back, surprising herself. Only one person seemed to truly see her, Ms. Bennett, the literature teacher. "When I was your age," she told Talia one day, "I didn't fit in either. Books helped me find my place. Maybe they'll help you too." Ms. Bennett began mentoring Talia, encouraging her to read, write, and ask questions. Meanwhile, Victor's household was less serene. His son, Preston, resented Talia's presence. Another one of Dad's strays, he spat to his mother during a dinner. But Talia wasn't just watching. She was learning about the power struggles within the Lachlan family, about Preston's shady business dealings. With Ms. Bennett's help, She studied finance and corporate ethics in secret. One day, hidden behind library shelves, she overheard Preston discussing a scheme, Project Driftwood. Offshore accounts, embezzlement, plans to block Victor's charitable projects. That night, Talia began mapping everything she had learned, storing documents and recordings on a secure drive. A year later, during Victor's 60th birthday gala, Talia wore a dress chosen by Ms. Bennett and moved through the crowd like she belonged. Preston smirked at her. "Look around, girl. These are power players. You'll always be just the sandwich girl." "Interesting you mention investments," Talia said quietly. "You make quite a few. Cayman Islands, Project Driftwood. Ring any bells?" His face paled. "You're bluffing. You thought I was just a charity case. You never noticed I was listening." Victor appeared just then, puzzled by the tension. "Everything okay?" Talia smiled. "Actually, I think we should talk, in private." In Victor's office, Talia pulled out her tablet and presented the full scheme: bank transfers, emails, audio recordings. "This can't be real," Victor whispered. "Every file is authentic," she said, "including the one I just made of his confession." Preston lost control and lunged, only to be stopped by his father. "You manipulated him," Preston shouted. "I never lied," Talia replied. "You did that all on your own." Victor, devastated, turned to his son. "You're no longer welcome in my company. Your shares will be frozen. If criminal charges are warranted, so be it. You can't do this. I'm your son." "No," Victor said firmly. "You were given everything and chose to destroy it. She was given nothing and chose to build something better." When they were alone, Victor turned to Talia. "Why didn't you come to me sooner? I needed proof. And I didn't want to be wrong about someone's family. I know how much that hurts." Victor's eyes welled. "I thought I was helping you, but you saved me." From that moment, their partnership flourished. Talia's voice helped guide the Lachlan Foundation. She designed scholarship programs and youth outreach initiatives, using her experience to shape change from the inside out. 5 years later, at 17, Talia walked confidently through the foundation headquarters. Her assistant reminded her of a 2 p.m. meeting with the education ministry. In a modest apartment across town, Preston stared at eviction notices and unpaid bills. The plea deal had stripped him of wealth, reputation, and access. During monthly check-ins, Victor's lawyer offered support. Preston always refused. Meanwhile, Victor and Talia reviewed the latest success metrics. The foundation's financial literacy curriculum was being adopted nationally. Talia's grandmother, now director of community outreach, entered with good news. The Children's Hospital wanted to expand their partnership, citing a 40% efficiency gain under their model. Victor smiled. Who knew half a peanut butter sandwich could be worth this much? "It wasn't the sandwich," Talia said. "It was being seen." At the annual scholarship ceremony, Talia addressed the audience. "We all make choices. Some use power to protect their own comfort. Others give what little they have to lift someone else. The future belongs to those who see value where others see none." In the back of the room, Preston stood alone, thinner and older. Talia approached him afterward. "I came to say I'm sorry for everything," he muttered. "I don't expect forgiveness." "It's not about that," she said. "It's about what you choose to do next. If you want to do good, there's room." Victor later approached her. "You still surprise me. You gave him another chance. You gave me mine." That night, she returned to her office. On the wall hung a photo, half a peanut butter sandwich, framed. A reminder that true wealth wasn't what you had, but what you gave when no one else was looking. And the girl once dismissed as a slum charity case had become not just a leader, but a symbol that extraordinary things begin in ordinary moments of kindness.